Somebody touch my Jupiter boys! Oh no, wait. Is it recording?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Jupiter Boys. My name is Jim Jupiter.
And my name is Quinn Jupiter.
We're two boys from the planet Jupiter, and we talk about stuff every single week.
And I'm on the up and up. I'm on the upswing.
Yeah, Quinn's getting a little bit better from his sickness. We're recording late so that Quinn could have a chance to rest up his voice. I made him some hot tea.
He did indeed.
He didn't like it.
I drank almost all of it. So
Is it growing on you?
I don't know, maybe.
So we usually flip a coin. I don't know where it is. Let's go. I'll just grab that Beatles one. 1 sec.
It cuts you, so be careful. Terrible radio.
Your terrible radio.
Good one, Jim. Thanks for the grade 6 comeback.
Okay, we're flipping the coin of truth to decide who goes first. Quinn, I will take the Beatles side, please. Oh,
It's mine.
well, it's technically still the Beatles side, but yeah,
Yes,
you can go.
it is my side. And my topic today is Jim is what if
Jim is.
what if Foley artists
Okay.
so they made a sound effect, right?
Yes.
They made a sound effect and they didn't know how to use that sound effect. So they had to come up with a movie to like fit that sound effect. But like just to have like that one sound effect in the movie, like so they just came up with an idea like they were like, you know what that sounds like? This is me whacking the earphone cord against the couch. They were like, you know what that sounds like? Rain on a tarp. You know, like, let's build an entire movie around that just to, like, have the one scene with rain on a tarp.
The movie is literally called Rain on a Tarp.
Rain on a tarp. It happens in one scene and has nothing to do with the rest of the plot.
It's a 2-hour-long scene about, like, a group of caravanners stuck in, like, the middle of, like, a little jungle clearing because, like, they're on they're on a walkabout and it's, like, pouring rain and they can't keep moving because it's too dangerous.
That's a good idea. And then there's, like, threats around them, right?
Here's you know what the crazy thing is that you, like, totally jacked my movie or my idea right out from under me, because my idea was for us to collectively write a script, like to each take like 20 seconds, like yes anding like the beginning of a script, just being like, all right, we open on this. So just so you know, like we're pulling the reveal now. That's what the next topic's gonna be. So let's just like hold off on that part.
Okay, but
and just focus on like,
building a sound effect. Like so, like if you had like I don't know. Like,
okay, so like let's say there's like bacon sizzling in a pan. You know,
Right.
some Foley artist is like, oh man, this sounds so good. I gotta get this on tape. So what movie does he come up with to accommodate that sound effect?
Okay, so have you seen any other like chef movies? I'm trying to think of like what there's the one with Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah, there's the one with John.
John Favreau.
Yeah, that's right.
And he directed it too.
Yeah,
called Chef. It's a pretty bad title.
It's just
for a
called
movie.
Chef. There's Ratatouille.
There's Ratatouille. That's one of my favorite cooking movies. So like we're opening on like a really intense like Gordon Ramsay style motherfucker, and he has to.
No, don't you start writing the script because
okay.
But
you
give
know
me the basic
like,
rundown.
Yeah,
of this
like
plot.
Gordon Ramsay style chef has to learn the power of love. Has to cook
Has
bacon.
to learn the power of love. He has to learn how to add love to his cooking, because right now it's technically perfect, but it's lacking that heart.
It's true, and the only way he can do this, right, is if he
befriends the inner city boy that hangs around the restaurant.
No. This is straight up romance. Okay. So he has to learn how to cook bacon for the woman he loves, and it's hard for him because
he'll make one batch and she's like, no, it's not good enough.
No. This is the problem. See, he cooks it. He's way past fucking grills and like a frying pan. He's on some next level shit.
Okay, so he's on like molecular gastronomy.
He's on
like
that style
liquid
shit.
nitrogening it and then searing it with a blowtorch.
So it's really hard for him to just put some bacon in a pan and just let it kind of marinate in its own juices and become just really bad for you. What he does is he takes out all the shitty things for you. Like he does it pretty responsibly, to be fair.
He trims the bacon of like all fat so that it's just like this lean, delicious, seared, like steamed meat.
And he like adds like a whole bunch of useless shit. Like he adds like honey and like, I don't know, pepper. It's like, dude.
I don't know, crazy shit like pepper.
pepper and the paprika.
Okay, so give me another sound effect.
So another sound effect is like somebody's just walking and they're in a mall and they're just like putting their microphone or like their portable microphone on the ground or like near people's bums and they're just like listening for the first great like just like impromptu fart, but they're like doing it like really like stealthily, right? So they're just kind of like they have like they just have their hand down and they're recording everything and they're waiting for that quality like that, just like just like that, huh? Like it's like, huh? Oh, like they have to build an entire movie on that. So I'm thinking like Farrelly Brothers style comedy maybe,
Okay.
but like Dumb and Dumber Farrelly Brothers.
So what if it's about a guy who has a terrible fear of farting in public? Like just
Ooh,
like
that's a good one.
horrifyingly like deep fear. Like he's been in therapy about like this specific thing because he hasn't like left his house in like 15 years.
You know what I'm seeing right now?
Oh, okay. I got this. I got this. So he hasn't left his house in 15 years because he's terrified because he farted and accidentally pooped his pants in public in front of his girlfriend, who he was proposing to, and so she left him. And so
That's so mean
it
of her.
it broke his heart. It just broke him. And so for 15 years he's been trapped in his house and like been like has like a farting regiment and like does it like in like a complete like in a vacuum zone. And then he like his therapist encourages him to like go out into public and he's like doing well. Like he's like he realizes like he even like at the very end like he even like risks it and goes for like a soft serve ice cream or something like that, right? And he's
Yeah.
like dairy is usually bad for me, but I'm having such a good time. Then suddenly gunmen run into the mall and take the mall hostage, and it's like a terrorist
It's a Paul Blart.
hostage.
It's a Paul Blart Mall Cop now.
Sort of, but now he's stuck in a mall, desperately needing to fart because of the dairy in his system,
Right.
and he can't fart, and so he just starts having a breakdown, and so he goes all like John McClane.
No,
because he's like
no,
he's
you know
got
what,
to
he
get
goes
out.
all John Wick. Like he goes a John Wick on these motherfuckers. He learns how to be a karate master and like a master of kung fu
In like 15 minutes.
in 15 minutes, and it's all to get out of those doors. And the end of the scene is the mall's blowing up, and he's just exiting the he's like running out of the no. Let me finish. He's running out from behind, like he's not looking at the explosion. It's exploding.
Right.
But throughout the whole thing, it's zoomed right in on his ass, and all you can hear is while this explosion is happening. Because he's been holding his fart for 16 days, and it's like the best entry, and everybody in the theater is like, "Woo! Yeah! He let it out! Fuck yeah! Fart, motherfucker, fart!
You got this, fart man.
I love you, fart man!"
It's and here's the like little backstory that makes it even better for him is that he's got a photographic memory, so he had like a really promising career ahead of him, and like but that's also what caused the trauma is because he can just like relive that memory like perfectly over and over again. So because he has a photographic memory, he can like learn the karate and shit from like videos in the mall. Like he just like sneaks into the electronics like center and starts like watching karate videos.
He's like eating Fritos. He's like, "Oh man, I should not be doing this. This is just adding. Why am I eating so much junk food? I need to not fart."
Yeah.
You've been on this farting regiment. You're slipping up right now. Okay, so another sound effect that I'm thinking of is when you're when you've got like a nice I'm trying to think of one that like would be so when you're like cutting like when you're wrapping somebody a gift,
Yes.
and you're going to cut the edges,
Cut the paper.
and
you
it
get a
just
nice smooth
slides
cut,
like
like
it's like yeah, it's like
Yes.
that
Yes.
style, like that a movie around that. And so I'm thinking like a psychological thriller
Okay,
that
I'm with you.
has that like noise
So
prominently in it.
there's a guy, and he okay, I got it. So there's a murderer, and he's picking up like let's say young men, like it's all young men. It's
Yes.
like all like teenage men, and he kills them, chops them up into like 100 pieces
Yes.
and sends them to 100 other young men, just randos, like all across the United States. And then he goes after one of them.
Holy shit, that's good.
And it's just like that chain. And so then, and there's something that connects all of the ones that he goes after, but the cops have no idea what it is.
And
so
he wraps all
he
the
wraps
gifts.
all the body parts
Whew.
in paper.
I
and
like
in
that.
Christmas paper, and it's like the middle of the summer.
And you know what I'm envisioning is him like there's like a full like 8-minute scene of him getting like the wrapping paper.
Yeah,
And like him
buying
walking
it,
through
like,
the
and like feeling like each one and like being like very meticulous about the wrapping paper.
Yeah. And like it only and it's you know what I'm envisioning is like we pan hit from the back. We only see the back of his head
Yes.
throughout this whole trip
Oh,
and
I
it
could
like
see
just
the whole
follows.
movie. I could see the whole movie being like you don't see his like like Seven style where you don't see his face
Yeah.
for like the majority of the movie.
Yeah. That would be very good.
Yeah.
I like that. I like this idea. We should
we-
actually start writing these
And
scripts.
it would be called like the Secret Santa Killer or something like that, or like
That's bad. This is a clunky name, but I think we can come up with
that's
something.
that's what the media would call him, is the Secret Santa. Anyway, ow! I just yanked some hair out of my head with my headphones.
Jim,
Yeah.
I know that you've been it's 2018, you've been baiting,
Oh, I've been baiting like a champ.
but you've been baiting to porn, just the regular stuff.
Yep.
What if I told you that Cam Soda was today's digital strip club?
I would want to know more.
You can have access to thousands of amateur girls next door and all the latest hottest porn stars.
Like who?
Danny Daniels, Tori Black, Brandy Love.
Ooh, I know you love the Brandy Love.
Oh, you know I do.
She's got that MILF thing going on.
You
It's
get
great.
24/7 access to shows from your computer, mobile device, and tablet.
Sick.
There's no subscription or rebilling.
You're kidding me.
You get free tokens with a free trial.
How? How do I do this?
It's totally free to try. Just go to camsoda.com/podcast.
So camsoda.com/podcast.
Exactly.
That sounds remarkably easy, and I think everyone should try it.
I think so too. Hey everyone.
Hey, sorry to interrupt the show. I just wanted to let you know that there's this thing. It's from the makers, The Spiders Will Eat Your Face. It's called The Animal Saga. It's 3 movies.
That's right.
It includes Spiders Will Eat Your Face. It's also got Hamsters the History and Goldfish Bowl Death by Glass. They're all by the people who made Spiders Will Eat Your Face. And you can go see them on Amazon right now and at bigweasel.club.
That's right.
Yep.
And check those guys out because they're awesome.
Yep, do it now. Okay, Quinn, my topic, as you already know, is that we're going to build a script from start. Each of us are going to get about 20 seconds to sort of pitch the next segment of the script, okay? So I'm going to start it off. So we open on a long tracking shot down a hallway, and Dancing Queen is playing, and it's muffled. You can tell it's from behind a bedroom door. So we pan down the hallway. It focuses on the bedroom door of a young man. The door swings open, and Dancing Queen is playing on the stereo. But as the camera tracks in over his shoulder, we see that he's got headphones on and he's watching porn and he's baiting vigorously.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I think we're gonna have some American Pie style hijinks.
Okay.
We're gonna have the grandma walk in.
Continue the script. We're not talking. We're not talking overarching.
Okay. Grandma walks in from off screen.
Okay.
She's carrying a plate of cookies.
What does she say?
Oh, oh my God! She turns shocked. She sees her grandson baiting.
Okay.
She's seeing him hard baiting.
Okay, I'm tagging
Go.
in. So the young man immediately slams his laptop shut, grabs the plate of cookies to put over his crotch from his grandmother.
And it makes like a nice like ting noise too.
Yeah,
You gotta make
it makes a physical noise. And he says, "Grandma, I was just doing biology homework." Okay, I'm tagging you in.
The grandma says, "You were baiting, young man. You were baiting hard. And that's okay, because sex is good, and sex is natural."
And he's like, "Please don't tell my parents." And she says, "Well, actually, I think we should all be in here to talk about this because this is a very important thing. Greg, Ruby, come in here. We need to talk to your son about masturbation."
I'm going to tag it. And the parents come in and they're super positive, super sex positive. And
it's like completely mortifying for him that his parents are so sex positive because he just does what he wants it to be completely private. But anyway, continue.
then we get voiceover from the character himself. He goes, "Welcome to my hell. This is the story of how I grew up in the most sex positive liberal family on earth."
And how it turned me into the world's most closeted pervert imaginable. And it's just like okay, so grand scheme, we zoom out and it turns out that this whole movie is going to be an examination of like this guy's like delve into like depravity, like how he started out with just like basic porn
And then
like
he goes to
just,
risk
like,
style stories.
yeah, and just like went into like darker and darker shit, and like partly out of his control. Like I'm actually just pitching the movie now. Let's like the script thing is very hard to do.
Yes.
Because, like it's just
but
garbage.
it's just him. He just goes into deeper like kinky and
So
weird
how does he
shit.
start out? Like how does this kid sort of like venture into sexuality?
I think this kid like first sees like I don't know, like maybe like an advertisement that like
Okay.
is like real sexy.
Like it's just got cleavage in it.
You know what really got me when I was a kid was kissing for some reason on screen made my like it made like my fucking stomach feel all weird. I was like, "Nah, what's going on here?"
Really?
Yeah, like kissing and like it. I didn't know what they were at the time, but I just boner city all day
Boner City.
from kissing and butts. Like I used to like if the word butt was used.
What if this kid starts out by like, okay, so he sees cleavage in a newspaper ad, and then at night he has these dreams that he's in Boner City, where like everybody's like like all the women are walking around topless, and all the men are just walking around with giant boners like in their pants, like
That's
like
well, yeah, like the Big Mouth has like a part in the show in the Netflix show Big Mouth. There's like a whole like city of like dicks and vaginas and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually pretty
Nice.
funny.
Yeah, so like he dreams he's in Boner City where like all the women are topless and all the dudes are just like walking around with visible boners. And
This is like the most NC-17 movie on earth. Like it's the most unmarketable movie
Yeah,
that
but
we
whatever.
could we could ever make.
so then
Who are we getting to get to direct, by the way? Tarantino.
oh Jesus, that would just be like
Super
it would
fun.
immediately be like unsettling. Like the whole thing is just like when is somebody gonna get killed?
Spielberg.
No, it's got to be somebody like really youthful and young. Maybe the Duplass brothers. I could see the Duplass
Oh,
brothers
yeah,
doing
they
it
do
in
a
like
good
in a
job.
satisfying way,
Yeah, they would do it in like a way that's kind of like
nostalgic and
Nostalgic.
like and makes you feel just that the kid is quirky and charming.
yeah, because like even Transparent has a lot of sex, but it's still really charming and like good way, good show.
Although that's
Jill Soloway,
Jill
but
Soloway, yeah, that's
the
right.
One of the Duplasses is in it.
Oh
So
yeah,
he
that's
kind of
true.
brings his
Both
little
of the
charm.
Duplasses are in it, I'm sure.
I think just one of them.
Oh, anyways,
What else happens in this movie? So
okay, so then
So
like
he
what's
starts
his
out with
first
sexuality,
like yeah,
yes.
so like it's just like boobs. But then like what's his first like encounter with a girl like?
I think it's like
I feel like it would be with somebody like extremely experienced who just gives him like a very quick like hand job. Like it's like some girl that's like several grades older than him
Right.
and is just bored and just gives him like a super fast hand job, and it like blows his fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like he just like walks around in a haze for like 4 days, just like completely like his mind has just been like expanded beyond like he can't even imagine because he hasn't even jerked off yet.
It's like this,
just,
that
like-
scene in Superbad when he like has like draws all the dicks.
Yeah.
Like this is that guy like has like just a fucking crazy understanding of sex from the time he's like 5.
Yeah.
Like he just like he just knows that sexuality is going to be his mission
Yeah.
from his whole
His
for his
mission.
whole life.
So yeah, so then like after that, I guess he's just like constantly chasing sexual experiences.
Right.
But like, what's the first one do you think that would like turn him like a little weird? Like with like the first
I
fetish
think
he
the
would discover?
choking probably like the first time he chokes
Oh wow,
himself.
you think so? Like that's like really
Or maybe
intense.
like the first time he stuck something up his butt, or like the first time he just like he experiments with like pain in a way.
Okay.
Because if you experiment with pain the first time, like you know that you kind of had that inside you.
Yeah, I feel like and like how it's like where would it go that's like extreme, like see with the pain I think like it would become like not very funny very quickly.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It would be like, oh dear, this is like unsettling how far
Oh,
he's
this
taking
movie.
this.
Yeah, this movie is not funny. Like, there's
Well,
not going to be a lot of funny scenes in this movie.
I think there could be. I think it could be if it was like fetishes that were like weird, but like not like
Maybe like the first
super
time,
scary.
maybe the first time he wears like a ball gag or like
Yeah. And like maybe he has like a thing about like not fucking dead people, but fucking in like morgues, like fucking live people in morgues, like around dead people.
Whew, that's dark, man. I don't like that.
I know it's super dark, but like it would be kind of
This is
funny.
the darkest comedy that we're ever going to make. So I guess we're gonna get.
We just need $6 million.
We need to cast this, okay? So who's gonna be the main guy?
I feel like
Elijah Wood.
No, okay. I think young version of him should be Elijah Wood, and like
Yes.
even as a teenager, like use Elijah Wood now because like he could do it. And then older version of him would be Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Yes.
How good would that be?
That would be amazing, I think.
Yeah.
They don't really look alike, but
I think like you could see like if you do like one of those like face morph things like
Yeah.
where like you see him get older and older like through scenes and like they cosmetically change his face so it looks a little bit more and more like Steve Buscemi.
we can CGI it too.
Totally.
We can CGI it. We're good.
They did it for Looper. They made JGL look like Bruce Willis.
Yeah, they've done it for a couple movies actually. It doesn't really work too well, but
Sometimes it does.
sometimes it does.
But yeah, so then like I don't know, like what would be like I guess like more things would get like more and more public and more like elaborate.
And so
It'd be like a rule. Oh man, there's one scene where he's got like a Rube Goldberg machine of sex. Like he like pushes like a ball down a ramp, and like it like triggers like a series of things, and like a vibrator starts buzzing, and then like another thing happens, and like a dildo gets like rammed into his butt, and then like another thing happens, and like a collar gets slapped around him. It's like a Rube Goldberg
and then
machine.
there's like a machine that's like just pumping and like just like just jerking him off like so machine like it's just like
and then at one point it's just like it gets like it like one of the dominoes doesn't trip and he's just like sitting there just like it like trapped in like the cage like doing it, and then like whatever girl he's with is just like sorry she goes over like pushes like the last domino over or whatever and like keeps it rolling.
Let go.
and for if there's no woman around, he has like a robot servant that's like, I will do it, master.
Okay, well now the movie has just taken a very decidedly different turn. If
Oh,
he's
it's
got
the
a
future.
robot. Okay, he has a robot servant.
It's the future, and there's sex robots, so sex robots.
Okay, well, if there's like that's like an interesting thing, and I think there will be a movie like eventually that treats the scenario of like when we have sex robots that we can get to do anything.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna get like there's gonna be some weird fucking fetishes exposed because
yeah.
like if you have something that literally isn't human, like you can get a lot of shit
Yeah,
that
exactly.
doesn't come on the regular menu.
Nope. You can get some weird stuff.
Anywho, that is the end of that topic. Thank you, everybody,
Thank
for
fucking
yeah.
God.
We were going a little off the rails on that one. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you enjoyed this even moderately, please like, rate, review, subscribe, or do whatever you do.
You can become a patron.
No, you can't.
No, you can't. Not anymore.
That's an announcement. All the episodes are now free. We're not charging We're not doing patron accounts anymore.
Okay. You can buy merch
Yes, you
at
can.
a Redbubble store.
Yep,
The
the
link
link-
is in description.
It sure is. Thank you to Christo Graham for the use of our theme music. If you have a podcast, thank you, Quinn. If you have a podcast and it's moderately good, you should consider joining the Woodolph Shark Network. You can contact us at Woodolph Shark on Twitter. I'm at the Jupiter Boys on Twitter.
And I've got Quinn Jupiter on Twitter.
That is correct. Shoot those nuts.
Straight down your gullet.
Woodolph Shark.